So if you have a question, you raise up your hand, and then I'll give you the chance to talk. Good.
Okay.
As usual, you have a homework, which is a semester homework. You must listen to business news and pay attention to issues on what we are going to learn. Yeah. And for your mid-sem or for your continuous assessment, the business news is 10%. And I'll also give you an assignment which you will do and then submit as your mid-sem. So you will not do a sit-down mid-sem, but I'll give an assignment. You do it, and that will constitute 30% to make it 40 for the continuous assessment. Okay. That's fine. So the course name is Regulatory Governance. Idrisu, pronounce it after me. Regulatory Governance.
Regulatory governance.
Good. Your class, you have a lawyer there, is that correct?
Yes, we do.
What is his name?
John Mark.
John Mark. Hey, is that so? John Mark. There is a lecturer at this university. Oh, this private university is at Bujumbura. The guy is called John Mark. He completed. Sorry.
I'm talking about the university, CAF University.
CAF University. CAF University. There's a guy called John Mark. And he stood as MP for Doma, and then he won it. He defeated the former health minister. So that guy is in parliament now, John Mark. It is first time of going to parliament. He stood on the ticket of the NDC, and then he won it. And when he was campaigning, going for almost every week, he would travel from Accra to Doma because of funerals. Now there's a funeral there, and then I'll be asking, so are you not tired? I say, Massa, I'm tired, but if you don't go for the funeral, you don't get a vote. Hey, so because of vote, he travel all the way from Accra to Doma almost every week. Kai. Okay, that's somebody's business. I also have my own business. This is my business with you, teaching you regulatory governance now. So, John Mark, I will ask you to answer some questions on regulatory governance as we move along. So, the course is in two parts. The regulatory aspect, that is the governance aspect. And then the second part is called games. Games. That is how corporate entities play games. The games that they play and why regulatory bodies need to understand those games so that they will be able to catch them. They'll be able to regulate them properly. An example is the banking industry, the cleanup exercise. You see, the games are supposed to be played between the various corporate entities. Let's say GCB and EcoBank, they play games. But in this case, GCB went to sleep. I said GCB. The BOG went to sleep. So the banks play the games with BOG as a player. So they dribble BOG and took monies from BOG with the intention of using it as liquidity support, but they use it for something else. So corporate entities play games, and it is the responsibility of the regulator to identify those games, understand them, so that they will be able to catch the entities and regulate them appropriately, sanction them, punish them, and in terms of regulatory works that they do. If the regulators do not understand the games, they themselves will be dribbled, just as BOG was dribbled by some banks CEOs. By some bank CEOs. And that led to the crisis that they have to spend so much money to clean up the sector. Okay. So the first part is not anything difficult. The first part, we look at the pillars of regulatory governance, and then the second part is where you have much of the work to do. The second part, the games, is full of mathematical analysis, but don't be scared. It's a bit of calculations, but it's not difficult. Your people in Kumasi have done it, and it's okay for them. So you should be able to. You should also be able to do it. It's not difficult. Okay, so let's start then. So, John Mark, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
I put it to you that you should explain regulatory governance.
All right. So, my understanding would be, as it's the concept referring to the laws or the framework that governs how things ought to be done within a setup. So
Okay.
the regulatory certainly means how how you are regulated, or how you conduct yourself within the legal framework, within the environment that you find yourself. So you don't operate in abeyance, or you don't operate on your own, but you operate within a certain confine. And those structures that are in place to govern how you will do your things, I believe we refer to regulatory governance.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So regulatory governance, just as your colleague has given us a summary, is basically governance through regulation. You may want to write it, all of you. Governance through regulations. What it means is that it's not arbitrary. It's not like today it is white and then tomorrow it is black. No, you do it through what? Regulations. You govern through regulations. You see, look at what happened in Ablekuma. Is it yesterday? Friday. Look at what happened. That nasty thing, that is not governance. That thing does not happen in a civilized society. It's not governance. It's some people showing force. Like if you are strong, if you are you have a macho man, then you bulldoze your way through to beat up people, beat up journalists, and then you go scot-free. No, that is not good. It does not add value to society. And when I was watching it, do you know what came into mind? I think the last election, something like that happened, and somebody took an action. What came into mind was that the various churches should not allow their premises to be used by the EC again. They should go and organize the election in the open places. Because you see what happened, if somebody had destroyed the church or properties on the church, who was going to pay for it? In the last election, somebody's house that they were using or they were sitting in front of the house to conduct the election. The person said no, he will not allow them to do that again. Because if something happens and they destroy the house, nobody will own up. You see? You don't do that in a civil society. That is not governance through regulation. So it's the regulated governance is governance through regulation. It is where societies and state institutions or corporate entities, they obey the law. They do their work according to the confines of the law. Okay. One other thing is that regulated governance is a work in progress. It's not something that you have finished. You keep on refining the law. You see examples. I'll give you examples as you move on. You keep on refining the law because of changes in society. For example, look at mobile money and the financial technologies which have come up. They have thrown away some of the laws. Those mobile money and the financial technology things, they make some of the laws obsolete. When I was at undergraduate, the banking law that we started learning was the banking law of 1984. By the time we finished school, they have changed it because that law did not make the Ghanaian banking industry competitive at all. The 1984 banking law. So they had to change it to open up the banking industry for foreign participation. If it had been that law which was still there, I mean, you would not have seen the foreign banks around. That law did not facilitate progress in terms of the finances. So bank laws are changed because remember, laws are policies document that create businesses or can destroy business. Regulations can create businesses or can destroy businesses. More or less, they can open up new opportunities and they can more or less destroy an existing business stuff. Okay. Now, regulated governance is not something new, just that it has become so important because of these pillars, these 8 drivers, globalization, blah, 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 and then you have rapid changes in technology. I've spoken about financial technology. Look at social media. Currently, there's a law on...
Hello, doctor.
Yes.
So please, I don't know if you are sharing your slides on the screen. We are not seeing it.
You can't see it.
No,
Yes,
but I'm seeing it. I'm seeing drivers of regulatory governance. 1, globalization. 2, I'm seeing something.
The one who said cannot see, can you check your settings at your end, please?
Yes, please, I'm doing that.
Thank you, my brother. So social media is driving changes. So there's a law. It's called electronic, electronic act. You can now, emails are now recognized and then
Electronic Transactions Act.
Electronic Transactions Act. So emails are now recognized and then what is the name? WhatsApp. And that's why you cannot say them. You cannot put a message on the internet, on social media, and go scot-free and say that there's no law regulating it. No, there's a law. So you don't hide behind social media and then create panic. Okay. Democracy, you are all aware of it, so I don't need to worry your head about this. This is the course, this one, these are the pillars. What am I going now? This one. These ones. The 6 pillars of regulated governance. The rest of the notes, the rest of the lecture notes for the first part, they are on these ones. So I'll just run through them quickly, then we go to the second part, which is a bit complex. That one, when you get there, I'll take my time, I'll go slow. This one here, readings, and you have a lawyer with you, so you can hold his hands and then he'll guide you some of them. The first one is transparency in the making of the law. You don't hide your room in your bedroom, make a law, and bring it to us that we should obey it. No, no one will obey that law. So there should be transparency in the making of the law, meaning you should go to number 2. When I say transparency, meaning you should go to number 2, this one. Public what? Consultations. The people that the law affects. If you are, for example, if you're going to make a law for the banking sector, you should consult the bankers, the key stakeholders in the banking industry, for them to give input to that law. Another example is the lecturers, the universities. You see, in the year 2019, 2018, 2019, 2020. The government tried bringing a law. The government tried bringing a law for all public universities, that they wanted to make one law for all the universities in Ghana, for all the public universities in Ghana. Currently, each university has its own act. Each university has its own law. The KNUST has an act that set it up, different from Legon, different from UCC and that kind of thing. The government tried making all of them one. So we're going to give us all of us one. So they did consultations with us. They came to the university severally, consulted with us, asked us questions. We gave them our input, and we told them we don't like that law. It's not a good law. You don't have to say that Logan and KNUST should run on the same law. No. Legon is a liberal arts university, and then KNUST is a technological university. UCC is a teachers university. You don't ask us to run under one law. So that they did consultation with us. It is still there. They have not finished. They couldn't pass it. So we do public consultation, which is very important. It normally enhances the credibility of the law. If the people make consultations into it, it is likely to increase trust in the public authorities, and also enhances compliance. You see, but if people don't make input into it, they will not own it. So that law will be in the books. They will not obey it. How come Ablekuma not had to go for a re-election? Why? Because some people took the law into their own hands. They did not comply with the law. They took the law into their own hands and destroyed properties. Okay. Then you have number 3. Number 3 is called regulatory impact assessment. This is what you are saying. Every law is supposed to create opportunities. You're supposed to make things better, make life better, make the citizens, enjoy life, make things better. So they're supposed to reduce the burden on businesses. Remember, all that we are doing, our focus is on businesses. They're supposed to reduce the burden on business in terms of costs. You see, it should not be so complicated in terms of doing business. The law is supposed to make things better. It's supposed to help businesses generate enough opportunities, be able to take advantage of the opportunities, and make a lot of revenues. Now, so after some time, the law needs to be what? Evaluated. You need to do impact evaluation of the law, impact assessment of the law, to find out whether indeed the law has achieved its intended purposes or not. So BOG has now the new banking law. They have law for financial transactions, that is mobile money and those kind of things. After some time, they need to review it. They need to do impact evaluation of the law. What is the meaning of impact evaluation? When you talk about impact evaluation, you mean before and over analysis, before and afterward analysis of something. before and after analysis of whatever law it is, or being it a project. That's the meaning of impact assessment. So impact assessment is before and after the implementation of the law, or after some time of implementing the law. Then you do an analysis, you do impact of it. How do you do it? Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example outside the law, and then I'll bring into the law. Everyday life example, and then later on I'll bring into the law. Let's say if you want to, there are two ways of doing the impact. Let's say you want to evaluate the impact of mosquito nets on nursing mothers and babies. Nursing mothers and babies and their babies. The impact of mosquito nets on nursing mothers and babies. You want to find out whether it reduces malaria, the incidence of malaria or not. Okay. So if that's the case, you get two groups of communities, two communities. Let's say one is at this place, Shiashi. One is at Shiashi. One community is at Shiashi. I hope you know Shiashi. What is the name? Idrusu. Do you know where Shiashi is? Are you somebody from Accra? Where is the guy? The guy whose mark is on, where is he? Am I alone in the classroom? Where is the guy supposed to respond to the chairman? Where is he?
I'm here, sir.
Do you know where Shiashi is?
Oh, yes, very well.
Where is it?
It's on the Legon route towards Medina.
Good, Shiashi. When you are traveling from Accra to Medina, it's on your right.
Exactly, sir.
Okay. So you get one group there, Shiashi. And then let's say another group at this other area. What is the name? Plateau. Domi Plateau.
Domi. Okay.
So these two communities, let's say the people at Plateau, you let them sleep on the mosquito net. They sleep on the mosquito net with their babies. And then those at Shiashi, it's an experiment that we are doing. You want to look at the impact of mosquito net. So those at Plateau, they will sleep on the mosquito net. And then those at Shiashi, they will not sleep on the mosquito net, but they will spray their room. They will spray their room with the mosquito insecticides. Then maybe after 1 hour, they will go and sleep. Okay. So you do that, let's say, for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months to 6 months. Before you do it, you take the records of them to check whether they have malaria or they don't have malaria. You check all of that. So after the experiment, then you check them again. So if the households in Shiashi, let's say there are 100 households and 90 of them get malaria during the 6-month period. And then those at Plateau, the 100 households in Plateau, only one of them get malaria. The rest, 99, they don't get malaria because they are asleep under the net. Then you can conclude, all of that things being equal, that the experiment indicate that mosquito nets prevent what? Malaria. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
So if you are making a law, the law will guide those things. That is one impact evaluation. The other one, the other way to do it is this. What I've told you is control. The first one, the one I use Shiashi and then Plateau is called control or randomized experiment, control experiment. Then you can also do before and after. Let's say you Idrisu, let's assume that your company they want to find out whether a change in your environment, a change in your working environment will improve upon your welfare, will improve upon your health and your welfare. So you are currently in Accra, working in Accra. So, but because they want to do an experiment to find out whether a change in environment will add value to you, will make you happy, will make you better in terms of your health, they post you to Sunyani. They post you to Sunyani. Now, before they will post you to Sunyani, as part of the experiment, they will take your vital details of your health. So they check your blood pressure, maybe for the first, before you went there, for the first 3 weeks, every day they will check it. They will check it for first 3 weeks before you left. And then they will also check your blood level, your sugar level, all the other issues, your mood, your mental health. They will check all of them before they will post you to Sunyani. Do you understand it?
Yes, I do.
Now, when they post you to Sunyani, when you go, then they will also be checking it. Every week they will check. You'll be there, let's say, for 1 year. Then they will compare the results when you were staying in Sunyani to the result when you were staying in Accra. You understand it?
Yes, sir.
So if your blood pressure in Sunyani is now lower, it has come down, it's now normal. Your sugar level is normal. All the other things are normal, including your emotional stability, that your emotional health. You are now able to join colleagues, to chat, to have fun. You are now able, you don't beat your wife again, you are good to your wife, and all of that. Then they can conclude to say that Sunyani has been very good to you in terms of your health, the change of environment. Do you understand me?
Clearly, sir.
So maybe Accra, because of traffic, you're all the time under pressure. But Sunyani, maybe Accra, maybe you have to travel 2 hours in the traffic before you get to workplace. In Sunyani, just about 10 minutes to 5 minutes to 10 minutes, you're at your workplace and all of that. Sunyani, you get kontomle to eat. Accra, you don't get kontomle and all of. So all of that would account for the change. So then it becomes what? Before and after. And that's called the impact. So in a law, if they're going to also evaluate the impact of a law, that was how they do it. Before the law was enacted or the law was implemented, how was it in terms of the business climate, in terms of companies within the space where the law is going to regulate? How competitive were they? In terms of the employment levels, in terms of their export levels, in terms of their revenues, all of that. See, in terms of their safety and all of that. Then after implementing the law for some time, about 5 years or so, you go back to those companies, take data from them, then you compare it to the old one and see whether the law has been effective or not. And what are the changes do you need to make in that law to more or less make it more business enhancing or business friendly? Idris, you understand that point?
Clearly, Doc.
Good. Then the other one under the pillars is assessing the law, meaning citizens should have access to the law. It should not be so difficult to get a law. And Ghana is good at that. Ghana, you can get the laws on the website and then the Gazette. You can go and get, if you go to Parliament website, you get the various laws that you want. If you go to Bank of Ghana website, you get all the laws that you want regarding the financial sector. If you go to, what is the name of these guys? National Insurance Commission, you get their law regarding that. If you go to FDA, their website, you get the law concerning FDA issues. You see, it's very good. What it means is that people should know the law. They should have access to the law and be able to read it. The other one is this expose. The expose is linked to the number 3, so I'll skip it. Then you have challenging the law. It's challenging the regulations. There should be opportunities within the law for it to be challenged. So it's not like this law cannot be challenged. You see, in our constitution, there are certain clauses in it which are not good. They should remove them. Certain clauses that indicate that this person cannot, this person is immune, and this person has immunity. Immunity over what? They need to change those things so that people can challenge the law. Challenges. So this is the first part of the course. I have finished the first part. Now there are notes here. All of these things, they talk about what the says place. I'll send them to you. You read them. Good. So I'm going to the second part, which is where much of the work is. If you have a question on what I'll just run through, you can let me know. If you don't have a question, then we go to this second, the second part. Idris, can you please see my screen?
Yes, Doc, it's clear. The game theory.
Good. Overview of games and strategic thinking.
Okay.
So, companies use games for strategic decisions. Remember, games are not bad. Games are not bad. They are used for good things. But remember, whatever can be used for something good, continue.
Can also be used for something bad.
So some of the things that can be used for something good can be used for something bad. So you want to learn it, and then those of you who are regulators, you'll be able to know when somebody is using for something bad so that you can regulate them appropriately. If you don't know it, then it becomes a problem. You know that now people can hack your phone, they can hack your stuff. So there should be laws, assuming the regulators are not aware that these things can be done. How would they be able to manage them? I read, there's a report. I would encourage you to go and read it about the insurance industry in Ghana. The NIC, there's one guy in our class who's in the insurance industry. He sat in the second row, correct? He sat in front of the engineer, the guy in the politician, the black guy. They are all in that same row. The guy sat beside the lady who gave us the example from the armed forces. I've forgotten his name.
Albert.
He's okay, Albert. Thank you. You see, there's a report about the insurance industry. That report was commissioned by the National Insurance Commission by itself. And in that report, the insurance companies claim that some companies, they hire people to spy on them and use it against them. They hire some people to spy on them and then use it against them. That's number one. Number two, they use rough tactics to take away their best employees. They use unfair means to take away their best employees. You see, these are companies themselves confessing. So they have been playing these games for a long time. Now they come in the open to confess. And then the customers were also interviewed. And the customers claim that insurance companies will go a long way to convince you to buy the product. They will use so many nice ways to convince you to buy the product. But when it comes to claims, then they try their best to cheat you by not paying the claims. Now, so these are games. These are examples of them. We are going to go through most of them. So if the NIC is aware of these things, how will they regulate them? What laws can they use to regulate some of these things? See, I've used the insurance, but there are other things there. Now, games, as I said, they are not bad, but they have their other side. Indeed, we play games everywhere. Between you, the lecturers, and the students, and between lecturers and students, we play games. You see, between you, the student, and myself, lecturers, we play games. Between you, husbands and wives, they play games. The police and then and criminals, they play games. They use game theory to arrest them. And I'll give you examples as we move along. So games are used, as I said, for strategic thinking. And they are used to make strategic decisions, especially in a case where there is interdependence. If one person action depends on the other, then games can be used. They can be used to set prices. They can be used to influence adverts. They can be used to influence competition. They can be used to monitor employees. They can be used to bargain for salaries. That's employer and then employees. When they are bargaining to set salaries, they can be used. Games can also be used to decide either to enter a new market or not. Games can be used virtually in every aspect. Now, as I said, I'll give you examples. Let me give you examples of all that I've been talking about. Now, the police. There's a game for the police. You call it the prisoner dilemma. The prisoner dilemma. That game is this. If there is a robbery case and there are likely 2 people involved and they catch them, let's say 2 or 3 people, let's assume 2 people, armed robbers, and then they catch the 2. It is so easy for the police to come to a conclusion or to unravel the issues at stake, because they can use a game to catch them easily. For example, if there are 2 people involved and they catch them, they can put them in 2 separate rooms. Then the police will go to one of them and tell the person that, you see, your friend has confessed everything. Your friend said that you are the one who showed him the picture of the man, and you show him his house that they should go and rob. So why do you do that? He is an innocent man. He has a wife and children. He doesn't want any problem. So why did you show him the picture of the man and then show him even the house? Or say, me, I'm not the one. I'm not from this town. I'm not from this town. He is the one who called me that I should come, and then there's an operation. So I'm not from this town. I don't even know where the man lives. He's the one who is from this town and went with me to go and show me the place. So please, I'm not the one who showed him the place. Now, with this information, the police will go to the second guy and present the same case to him. I said, now why did you try to drag this innocent man into this problem by going to show him the man's place? He has confessed everything, that you are the one who went there to go and show him the place. I said, oh, I'm not the one. Indeed, he's the one who went with me. Are you sure? He said, yes, he's the one who gave me the man's address and everything, the car number and everything, the picture and everything. Once the two of them confess, the case is almost done. This is called a prisoner's dilemma. Once you confess that you even know the man, you went with the person and that kind of thing, it's easy for the police to arrest these two people and process them for court. Now, there's a similar one in the Bible. You know that God is the source of all knowledge. There's a similar one in the Bible, and let me take time to let you know it. I just expose all the games to you. A prisoner's dilemma in the Bible. In the Bible, there's this story about Daniel. I've forgotten the exact text. In Daniel. Now, there is this Israelite, a wealthy man, a rich man, and he had a wife. The wife was a noble woman. The two of them, they lived noble lives. The wife was very beautiful. And there were these two men, two elderly men, who had interest in the woman. They had all the time been planning to have access to the woman, to have an affair with her, but they were finding it difficult to get the opportunity. How to get it was a challenge for them. So one day the woman was going to bath, was going to in the house of the husband. There's a garden, so there's a pool there, like in the modern time you call it swimming pool, but in the olden time say a garden, and then there was a small river like a pool. So that's where she goes when the sun is hot. She goes and then relax and bath. Normally when she's going out, she goes with her maid of servant. So she went out with two maid of servants. But you don't know what happened. The two maid of servants, after the woman started bathing, they left the scene. I think either she sent them or something. They left the scene. Now, all along, the two old men were hiding in the bush, trying to pounce on the woman. So when the two maid of servants left, the two old men came out of the bush and said, yes, we have seen you. You have to give in to us. Otherwise, you go and tell the elders that you were having an affair with somebody and you stone you to death. The woman said, no, I will not give in to you. So she covered herself. She came out of the water and covered herself. And said, I will not give in to you. Whatever you want to do, go and do it. So the two women went and lied to the elders that they saw the woman red-handed having an affair. When they tried to arrest the man, the man ran away. But they managed to arrest the woman. So this is the woman. So the elders took a decision that they are going to stone the woman to death. Then when they have taken the decision and they were about to go, the Holy Spirit came upon Daniel. And Daniel told them, all the elders, and that time Daniel was young, he told the elders and the people that they should hold on for a minute. He wanted to ask the two men questions. And if they are able to answer the question, then they can go ahead and stone the woman. So they should give him some time to ask the two men questions. So Daniel took the two men aside. He put one in a different place. And then he went with one to go and stand somewhere with some elders. And then in the presence of the elders, with one of them, that's one of the two men, Daniel standing there plus some elders, Remember, the other man has been taken somewhere else. Daniel asked the man, you said you saw this woman having an affair with a certain man, and that you said you were standing under a tree. What is the name of the tree that you were standing under? You said, well, I was standing under a mango tree. He said, again, a mango tree. He said, yes. You said you were standing under a mango tree. He said, yes. Okay, you can go. Then they put him somewhere, and then they called the other one. And said that you said that you were standing under a tree when you saw the woman having an affair. What tree were you standing under? He said, I was standing under a palm tree. With my friend, the two of us were standing under a palm tree. So Daniel told him that you are lying. The two of you are lying. How can the two of you say that one says to stand on the mango tree, the other one says they were standing on the what? A palm tree. So the two of you are lying. And you are lying because you have interest in the woman, but because she will not give in to you, that's why you are lying against her. So say the truth. The man confessed. So you see, so you wanted the people to go and kill an innocent woman because of this. So Daniel used what? Game theory to help the people to arrest the two men, and then they set the woman free. Idris, do you understand the game I have said?
Yes, clearly understood.
That is called the prisoner's dilemma. It's in the Bible. Go and read it.
Okay.
I will ask you.
Try to find it.
Now, let's go through these ones. This game is called simultaneous move game. Say it after me.
Simultaneous move game.
Good. So under this game, remember in every game, there are two players. This person who have raised up your hand, I will not call you because your name is not official. I don't know whether you are a hacker or you are not. You call yourself Zoom user. There's nobody in KNUS called Zoom user. All of you have names. So if you want me to call you, write your proper name in the classroom. Okay, so I will not call you until you have written your proper name, even though you have raised up your hand. This game is called simultaneous move game. You do so again.
Simultaneous move game.
Good. Now, this is a game that the two players, remember in every game, there are at least two players. You can get three players also, but at least two players. In this game, the two players make decisions without knowing what the other person is doing, without having knowledge of your opponent, what your opponent is doing. So the two of you take the decision. You take your decisions simultaneously. You take it without you waiting for your partner to take for your opponent to take a decision before you take yours. So the decisions are taken at the same time, without knowledge of the other players. It's just like MP. It's just like our ladies in the classroom. Let me call one of them. How do you play MP? The two of you throw your legs together, or one of you will throw, you step down, and then the other one will throw? How do you do it? Beatrice Afrani, how do you play MP?
Yes, Prof. We play together.
What do you mean by play together?
And so each of us would move our legs together. So you don't wait
Okay.
for the other party to move and then you move.
Okay. So that is simultaneous move game. Simultaneous. So there are decisions in corporate entities which are like that. There are decisions in corporate entities which are like that. The two of you, the two players, let's say Vodafone and MTN, they may be taking decisions about prices. They may be taking decisions about investment into certain softwares. The two of them would take the decision without knowing or without having knowledge of the other party's intentions. Now, an example of this also happens between lecturers and students. Now, when you are learning this course, when you are revising your lecture notes for the exams, you see, you may say that, oh, Sir Oscar is likely to bring questions from this angle, from this topic. So let me focus here and learn because I don't have time. There's a lot of work at the workplace. I've also have a lot of work at home with the children. My time is small. So I want to focus my attention, my energy on this part of the topics and learn it. You see, you are in a room. I'm not there. You are in your room and you are making that plan. I'm also in my room. I'm making a plan to set questions. I'm saying that, okay, I think Idrusu, the way he asks questions in class, he's likely to study this part. So I will not go there. If I go there, you get the questions easily. So I want to go a certain part of the course that he may not be reading. So the two of us are making decisions, and I don't know, I don't have knowledge about what is the name, what decision you are taking, and I don't have, you also don't have knowledge about mine, but you are making what? Decisions independent of your actions. So you play the game. You are playing it in your room, I'm playing in my room. That is why sometimes the student, they try to beat the game by asking, say, which areas are coming. You see, once student asks you, say, which areas are coming, then they don't want to play games. They want to try and then beat the lecture in terms of the game. So, that's an example. Then you have another one you call sequential move game. Say it after me, Idrisu.
Sequential move game.
Okay, so for this one, the players will observe each other before they make a decision. So Vodafone will play, and then MTN will observe Vodafone actions, and then they also will take a decision. Vodafone will take a decision after observing MTN. MTN will take a decision after observing Vodafone. So you come to MPP and NDC. NDC will take a decision after observing what? MPP. And then it goes like that. It goes like that. So you take the decision after observing your opponent's what? Actions. An example is drafts. You know how to play draft, Idrisu?
Yes, sir.
And then cars, spa. So you play, I play, you play. Okay, then there are other games which are called one-shot game. Say it.
One-shot game.
Good. I'm asking you to repeat them because I want them to sink into your head, into your mouth.
Okay, sir.
One-shot game. So for this one, it is played what? Once. You don't play it repeatedly. There's no opportunity to play it again. There's no opportunity for the players in the game to meet again. You see, you play it just once. So there's no opportunity that tomorrow the two players will meet again. There's no opportunity that tomorrow the two players will come together again. You see, so you play it just once. Now, the other one is called repeated. Say it.
Repeated game.
Good. This one, they play it continuously. Auntie Margaret, your hand is up.
Yes, sir. I want to find out if the one-shot game, you can use marriage as an example.
Thank you. I'll give you an example, but marriage will not be a good example. Marriage is a different game. It's a different issue on its own.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Even though between wives and husbands we play games. Idrisu, let me ask you, Idrisu, are you married?
Yes, sir. I'm married.
When you give money to your wife, do you ask for a change?
Yeah. Oh, no, it's not easy like that. Okay, so can I come in for the marriage and the one-shot game?
Okay.
Yes, I thought about it too because I really didn't get an example there. So I was trying to figure out one.
Don't worry, I'll give you an example.
Marriage came to mind, but I realized that even after a divorce, people sometimes end up getting married again, like after a breakup in a relationship. So to me, that was not qualified to be one shot.
No. That is not marriage.
No.
It's a different issue. But I was using money for that you give to your wife. You see, let's assume that at the end of the month you give your wife the housekeeping money. Let's say 1,000, for the house. But within the month, maybe you are in the house with her, she's cooking, and then the gas ran out. And then she comes to you and say that, oh, the money you gave me is there, but it is my ATM, and the gas has run out. Do you have money readily available with you, cash, that I can just run here and buy gas? Then you give her, so the gas is 100 cedis. Then you give her 200 Ghana cedis. Do you expect a change that she will bring you 100 cedis back?
No. Not in my area.
Why is that you don't expect that she will bring the change to
Not only
you?
that, even when she promises that she will pay me the money back and I give it to her, that one too, it doesn't come.
So sometimes that can lead to a game.
Yes.
It means that the wife is playing a game with the husband, you see, and then the husband can also devise certain other alternate approaches to respond to the game.
Surely, sir.
So it will trigger. There's another game you call a strategy. You call it trigger strategies. I'll teach you. It can trigger a reaction from the husband that if you ask me for 100 cedis, I'll give you exactly 100 cedis.
Yes.
I will not give you I will not give you anything, knowing that if I give, the change will not come. Yeah, that is that. Now let's go to repeated game. A repeated game, as I've explained, one shot. One shot you play just once. There's not an opportunity for the two of them to meet again. Even if they will meet again, it's long time. Then we have repeated game. Repeated game, they play it over and over again. So there's an opportunity that today you have played it, next week you will play it, the next day you will play it. And because of that, because the players are likely to meet very often, it gives room for manipulation. It gives room for cheating. It gives room for companies in this game to connive to cheat customers. So the analysis that we shall be doing, our focus will be on what? The repeated games. Is that okay? Now, MF, I'll come to you. Hold on. I'll come to you. I've seen your hand. Now, let me give you an example of one short game and repeated game, but I'll listen to MFR first before giving you the examples. MFR, your hand is up.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Please, concerning the one-shot game, is it pertaining to only marriage? Or I was thinking about lottery as well. Like you do it once a year. For instance, the DB lottery is done once a year. You can't do it twice in a year, but just once a year. For example, you said it's done once, and then after some time or a long time, you can now do it again.
Okay,
That's
that's fine.
Thank you.
That's fine. Even the half of marriage, I've not given a game for marriage. Marriage is a different issue altogether.
Okay, sir.
Now, let me give you examples on one shot and then repeated game. The first one is football match. Football match. One shot. The UEFA, what is the name? UEFA Champions League. and the Champions League. It is a combination of one short game and a repeated game. The UEFA Champions League. It's a combination of what? One shot and a repeated. You see that the group stages is repeated. The matches at the group stages are what? Repeated games. Because you play home and away. Home and away. Is that not it? Those of you who watch that Champions League. How do you play the group stages?
So it is changed now.
And tell us.
The group stages of the Champions League. How do you play it?
So now it's not home and away again.
How do you play it?
Not like the same team, like maybe Liverpool playing Barcelona in his house. Then the following week he will go to Barcelona home. No, now maybe Liverpool play Barcelona this weekend. The following weekend, Liverpool go and play Bayern Munich or PSG. So now it is like not home and away again. You are playing with different teams.
Okay, fine. So what it means is that it is even now at the group stage is one shot. Is that correct? Is that what you're saying? It's
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. So you have one shot. You see at the finals of finals, that is the very last game. They played one shot, and even on a neutral hot ground. The venue is decided even before they start the games, before they start the league. So you play it once. Now, another example is this. In a corporate setting, let's take a restaurant. There's a game that is played in a restaurant between the waiters and the customers. I want to take my time and explain it. Between the waiters and the customers, there's a game that is played there. And that game, which is played between the waiters and the customers, the owner of the restaurant, they use that game for their advantage. Now, let's look at how it goes. If there's a restaurant in your area where you eat very often, let's say you are on KNUSC campus, KNUSC at Kumasi. There are so many restaurants on campus. So that is where you go for lunch during break time. So almost every day, you go there to do what? To eat. What it means is that you interact with the waiters almost every day of the week because you go there to eat very often. So the game between you and the waiters there is a repeated game. It's a repeated game because you go there almost every day of the week to go and eat. So there is a regular interaction between you and the waiters. Now, this is how it goes. If you, the customer, you give the waiters a tip, you give them a gift after eating, the next day when you go there, they will favor you by providing you service quickly and in a better form. If today you go there and eat and you give them a tip, you give the waiters a tip, tomorrow when you go there, that waiter will attend to you nicely, will provide you with your favorite meal and provide you with other things. You see. But if you go and eat and you don't give them a tip, today you go there to eat, you don't give them a tip. Tomorrow when you go back to that restaurant to go and eat, The waiters there will punish you by providing you reduced service, by providing you substandard service in the form of this. They may tell you that your favorite is finished. So you ask them of fufu. They may tell you that fufu is finished. When in actual fact, there's fufu there. So they will deny you of your favorite. So you eat something else. The other, number two, they may delay you. You see, the punishment may come in the form of delay. So instead of you getting the food fast and eating to go, so that you go back to the office and attend to other important things there, they may delay you. The time that they will use to serve you, will be a longer time. And delaying you means that you feel hungry more. That can have consequences on you. And that can also affect you in certain ways. Number three, they may not smile at you. They may not give you a good face. That will also affect your emotional health, affect your mood, you see. So these are punishments that the waiters are giving to you. They are punishing you in these forms because you do not play the game properly. You do not honor your part of the game. That is to say, you do not give them what? A tip the last time you came to eat. So they will punish you. And that is why normally when you go to such restaurant to go and eat, you are likely to tip them because there is an unwritten social contract. It is an unwritten social contract between you and the waiters regarding that game. That when you go and eat, as part of courtesy, you give them a tip. Now, if you don't tip them, another time when you go there, you suffer the consequences in the form of those punishments that I've told you. So mostly, customers that go to such restaurant that where you eat very often, the game there is repeated. They are likely to tip the waiters. Now, there is number two, one shot. I'm going to one shot. There is another group of restaurants where the game there is one shot. Another group of restaurants where the game there is one shot. This restaurant, you don't eat there very often. You eat there just once a while. And therefore, if you don't give them a tip, the waiters don't have the opportunity to meet you again in order to punish you. Because it's not a restaurant that you patronage almost every week. Maybe in a whole year, you go there once. In the whole year, you go there just, let's say, once. Such restaurants, the games there are one shot. They are one shot in the sense that the waiters will not get the opportunity to punish you another time. Examples of such restaurants are those ones on the highway, like Lindador, a restaurant at Lindador, or a restaurant at Paradise, or one of those highways. You see, it is when you are traveling that you go there and eat. Idrisu.
Yes, Doc. I'm here, Doc.
Idrisu, when was the last time you went to Lindador to eat?
Yesterday morning.
And before that, had you been there before again? What was the interval time?
The last time was around the Salah. That was about a month and a half ago.
So it was a longer time before you went there again.
Exactly.
So such restaurants, the games they are hot, one shot. Because the waiters will not get opportunity to meet you the next week or in a very short time to punish you. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
Good. So,
Doc, can I add something?
Okay.
Sir, and the restaurant too has one shot. Sometimes you eat there, the food is so bad. Another time you eat there and it's fine. So you are not even able to decide whether the food is bad or good.
Okay.
For you, the customer too.
Okay. Okay.
So
Thank you.
we know that Linda Door sometimes serve bad food, but it's not for people like us who pass there often. You can't just verify that. Sometimes good, sometimes it's bad.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So we have one-shot games, and then you have what? Repeated games.
Repeated.
Application of the games is what I've told you. We are going to go into the other aspects. For me, when I go to a restaurant to eat, especially those ones on campus where you have the repeated games, I know that if I don't tip them, the next time I go there, they will punish me by reduced service and then that kind of thing. So when I'm giving them a tip, you know what I tell them? If I give them 5 cedis, I'll tell them that this 5 cedis I'm giving to you is for 5 days. So you have to mark it 1 day, 1 cedi. So tomorrow when I come, don't expect that I'll give you what? Another tip. And then they will be laughing. They don't know that I know the game. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, every game has strategies. So let's look at the strategies. Bismarck, your hand is up.
So concerning the game, the tip you have been giving them, but it's not compulsory to give the tip. If I don't give the tip to you and you don't treat me well, I may also say bad things about your organization or your restaurant. At the end of the day, you are also collapsing the business for the owner of the restaurant.
Yeah, that's correct. That is a different thing there. That you are right. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Now, there's even a question I'll ask you later, but let me go on. Time is going. Game strategies. That is every game has a strategy. So you're going to learn them. Now, the strategy is the decision rule. The strategy is the decision rule to adopt in the game. The decision rule that the player want to use at each point of the game. There are types of strategies. The first one is called dominant strategy. Idrisu.
Dominant strategy.
Good. Now, the dominant strategy is your best strategy. Is the one that will give you the highest payoff, regardless of what your opponent is doing. So it is a strategy that even if you are asleep and they wake you up, you don't have to think when they ask you, that is what you're supposed to go for. Because that strategy is the one that will give you the highest payoff, regardless of what your opponent is doing. You see, it's your best strategy in all the games. And therefore, that's what you must do. You must, at all times, adopt your dominant strategy. Because it is the one that will give you the best outcome, regardless of all that your opponent will be doing. Okay. Then we have secure strategy. Idrisu.
Secure strategy.
Secure strategy. Now, the secure strategy is your best strategy in the worst case scenario. The one that guarantees the highest payoff in the worst case scenario. That will say that if all the strategies available to you, none of them is the best, none of them stands out, and all the actions, all the options available to you, option A, B, C, all the options available to you, assuming none of them stands out, none of them is the best among them all. Then you are compared to choose one of them that is the best in this worst case scenario. So in the worst case scenario, when all things are not good, I mean things are so bad, the one among the bad, so the good among the bad, you see, the good among the bad options is the one you should do what? You should choose. Should I go over? Or it's fine?
Well, it's fine for me.
Okay, so the good among the bad. If you have three options, A, B, C, D, and none of them gives you the best outcome, then you are compelled to choose the good among the bad. The good option among these unfortunate situation, you choose it. That is the secure strategy. So the good decision among the unfortunate situation is a secure strategy. It's a secure strategy. Let me go to the whiteboard and give you an example. I want to use what is the name? Everyday life experience.
Sir, can I give an example, sir?
Yeah, you can.
Thank you, Doc. Sir, Doc, say you are a Muslim, you have 3 wives, or even let's say you have 3 girlfriends, and your work is going on well, you have enough money. One of the wives likes money, 1, 2 like enjoyment, 1, 2 is prayerful, and now your work spoils. I'll just say so. You don't have a job anymore. There's a tendency you might lose these women because there's no money to be dishing them anymore. So the small capacity you have, to me, you might just have to settle down with the prayerful wife, the one that has not been relying so much on the cash. So to me, that's an example of a secure strategy.
That is not a secure strategy.
Okay.
That is a dominant strategy. Right from the word go, the one prayerful is the one you should settle on and let the rest go. The rest are there just to siphon your resources.
Okay, Doc.
Right from the word go, the one prayerful is the one you should be working with, and not the rest. The rest seeking for enjoyment, they will ask for iPhone when they know that you don't have the capacity to buy iPhone. Now let's look at this. Let's assume these exams. You have these questions, 3 questions, and you're supposed to choose 2 of them. You have these 3 questions, question 1, question 2, and question 3. And you're supposed to do what? Answer 2 out of the 3. Now, question 1, you have this, A, B, C. And then you see that, question 1, you can answer all of question 1. I mean, you are in the exams room and you are assessing yourself. You said, question 1, I can answer all of them. And I'm sure I'll get 10 because I studied it well. And then question 1B, I can answer 4 out of the 5. So I'll be able to get 4 out of 5. And then you also see that this one you get what? What do you call it? 5 out of the 5. So your total is what? 19. 19 over 20.
Okay.
Then you go to question 2. You are doing this thing before they say start work. So you are assessing yourself. Question 2, you say that the A, you study it when you can see that you get 7 out of 10. Okay. The B, you don't know it, so you're likely to get 0. Then the C, you are likely to get 1. So you put it there, you have 8 of what? 20. And then question 3 to the A, you have what? 7 And then the B, you can get 1 out of 5, and the C, 1 out of 5. So you have 9. Now, these 3 questions, which one is your dominant strategy?
So question 1.
Why?
Because your capacity is higher than the rest.
So if you are in the exams room, and then you see that question 1 is your dominant strategy, and you see your friend answering question 2, should you stop question 1 and go and answer question 2?
No, Doc.
So you should do your dominant. You should choose your dominant, irrespective of what your opponent is doing. Okay. Now let's look at question 2 and 3. Remember, you're supposed to choose 2 questions out of 3. So question 2 and 3. Which one is your next option that you think you should do?
Question 3.
Why?
Because that also has a higher capacity than question 2.
That will give you 9. The other one will give you 8.
8.
So you see that between question 2 and question 3, none of them gives you the best. You are not getting the pass mark for each of them. You see, 8 is not up to 10. 9 is not up to 10. Can you see it?
Yes.
So these 2 are in the worst case scenario because you are not getting a pass in any of them. However, one of them is better than the other.
Yes.
So this is your secure strategy.
Strategy.
The one that the option in the midst of what? The unfortunate situation is your secure strategy. Okay. I'm going back to the PowerPoint. Now the next one is called trigger. Before you go to trigger, you have what you call Nash equilibrium. Say it after me.
Nash equilibrium.
So your Nash equilibrium, you did economics, so you understand equilibrium. Equilibrium means the meeting point. Equilibrium, it means the meeting point. The point where the two players will meet. Is your Nash equilibrium. And none of them can unilaterally change that position without harming himself or herself. Let me take it again. At the Nash equilibrium is a point where the two of you meet. Now, one of them cannot unilaterally change that position. If you unilaterally change that position, the one changing his position will harm himself, meaning he will incur losses. We shall do examples and then you will see it. You are going to put all together into mathematical form. That's why I'm taking my time to explain them. Okay. Then we have trigger strategy. The trigger strategy is this. Let's assume that 2 parties are in the game, 2 players are in the game, and the 2 of them, they meet secretly. They meet secretly to take a decision to cheat customers. But one of them, along the line, change his mind. You see, once you do that, once you change your mind, it means that you have broken the agreement. You have broken the conniving agreement. So it will trigger a reaction. It will elicit a reaction from the other party. And therefore, going forward into the future, the other party will say that, no, you are not credible. Whenever we go into an illegal agreement to cheat customers, you go out and do otherwise, which jeopardizes my business. For example, if the 2 of them agree to set higher prices, if the 2 of them agree to coordinate their effort to set higher prices, and then they start setting higher prices, and then all of a sudden, one of them break that collusive agreement, by charging lower prices. Now it will going to make the one charging higher prices lose customers. And because of that, going forward, you will say, no, I can't go into an agreement with you again, because the last time when you agreed to charge higher price, you went out and changed your mind to charge low prices, and that you took customers from me, you see, which jeopardized my business. So it will trigger a reaction, it will trigger a response from the opponent that going forward into the future, he will not like to what? Enter into a collusive agreement with him again. As I said, we shall do examples on this, all of this, and then you see the practical implications of what I'm saying. Okay. Now, so these are examples of the things you use games for. I think I've mentioned some of them: pricing, advertising, monitoring, and then all of this. You use games to set them. You use games to set prices. You use games to decide either to advertise or not to advertise. You see that if two companies are in the industry, one of them advertise, the other one does not. The one who is